Have you ever sat on the edge of your bed in the morning, feeling stiff, tired, and a little foggy? You're not alone. Many people over 65 wake up wondering if this is just what aging feels like. But what if I told you that the first 5 minutes after you open your eyes could shape how strong, sharp, and independent you stay not just today, but for decades to come? Hi there, I'm Dr. Samuel Brooks, and today I want to share something simple but life-changing. New research shows that the way you start your morning, what you drink, how you move, and even when you eat can protect your heart, preserve your memory, and help you maintain strength well into your 80s and beyond. But most people don't know this, or if they do, they don't take it seriously until it's too late. Let me tell you about Leonard, a 68-year-old retired mechanic from Michigan. A few years ago, Leonard was struggling. His knees ached, his energy was gone, and he feared he wouldn't be around to see his granddaughter grow up. Then a neighbor, a retired nurse, introduced him to a simple 5-minute morning routine. Leonard was doubtful, but gave it a try. Within weeks, he felt better. 6 months later, even his doctor was amazed. His blood pressure, mobility, and energy had all improved. "It felt like I got my life back," Leonard said. So what exactly did Leonard do in a moment? I'll walk you through the 5 small steps that helped him turn things around. Steps that may help you too. But first, I'd love to hear from you. What's your name? And where are you watching from? Leave a comment below so we can connect. And if you find this kind of content helpful, consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Now, let's begin this journey 1 minute, 1 habit, 1 healthy morning at a time. Element 1, the morning hydration protocol. There's a quiet power in how we begin our day, especially after 65, and one of the most overlooked yet life-changing habits starts the moment your eyes flutter open: hydration. You see, while you sleep, your body works tirelessly behind the scenes regulating temperature, repairing tissue, even detoxifying. But all that internal labor comes at a cost: water loss. Through every breath and every beat of perspiration during the night, your body gently loses moisture, nearly half a liter by dawn. So even before your feet touch the floor, you're already in a subtle state of dehydration. You might not feel it right away, but your heart certainly does. Dehydration thickens the blood, and that puts more pressure on your heart and blood vessels, an especially dangerous scenario for older adults. It's no coincidence that strokes and heart attacks often strike in the first 2 hours after waking. But here's the good news. There's something beautifully simple you can do to guard yourself starting tomorrow morning. The moment you wake, even before sitting up, reach for a glass of room temperature water. 16 ounces is ideal, about 480 milliliters. And if you can, squeeze in a wedge of fresh lemon. That's it. No pills, no fancy machines, just water and a touch of nature. Why room temperature? Because cold water causes your blood vessels to constrict, which slows circulation. But your body, especially your heart and brain, needs a gentle push toward openness and oxygen first thing in the morning. Room temperature water, by contrast, soothes your system into wakefulness, softening your arteries and encouraging smooth, steady blood flow. And the lemon, that little wedge, isn't just for flavor. It contains natural electrolytes like potassium and a healthy dose of vitamin C, both of which support your heart and help reduce low-level inflammation. Together, they act like a quiet symphony, harmonizing your internal rhythms. This is not about a miracle cure, but about building a foundation. Think of this morning ritual as your internal tune-up, a way to prepare your body for the day with intention and care. Now, here's a gentle but crucial reminder: timing is everything. To feel the full benefit, this hydration ritual should happen within the first minute after waking, before coffee, before breakfast, before checking your phone or speaking a word. That's when your body is most ready to receive. Some experts call this the golden window for heart protection. By creating a consistent morning practice, you're sending a clear message to your body: I'm here, I'm listening, and I'm taking care of you. And if this feels like a small step, that's because it is. But make no mistake, small steps, done consistently, are what create long-lasting change. Over time, you may notice more energy in the morning, clearer thinking, more balanced digestion, and a lighter, more supported cardiovascular rhythm. That's the quiet reward of honoring your body before the day demands your attention. Hydration is only the beginning, but it's the beginning that sets the tone for everything that follows. And if you're still with me right now, thank you. It tells me something very important, that you're not just watching, but reflecting. You're taking your health seriously. I'd love to know who's still here on this journey. Type 1 in the comments below to let me know. And when you're ready, in the next part, I'll show you a 60-second morning movement backed by cardiologists that's just as simple and just as powerful for your longevity. But for now, let that first sip of water each morning remind you you're still choosing life, and that choice matters more than you know. Element 2, circulation reset in the first 60 seconds. There's something deeply powerful about how you rise in the morning, not just emotionally, but physically. And after age 65, the way you transition from sleep to wakefulness can set the tone for your entire day, even your long-term health. You see, after lying still for hours, your blood naturally pools in your lower body, especially your legs. It's one of those quiet facts we don't often think about. But for older adults, that simple shift can lead to lightheadedness, balance problems, and, in some cases, a heightened risk of blood clots. It's not your imagination when you feel a bit off or dizzy right after getting up. It's your brain calling for oxygen. And if we don't help our blood circulate quickly after rising, we remain in a kind of fog, mentally sluggish, physically cold, and far from energized. That's why what you do in the first 60 seconds after getting out of bed matters more than you might believe. According to Dr. Eleanor Mays, a geriatric circulation specialist who spent over 25 years studying vascular health in seniors, even 1 minute of purposeful movement can increase blood flow to the brain by more than 40%. 40% without caffeine, without supplements, without stepping outside. And when your brain gets the oxygen it needs right away, something incredible happens. You feel present, you feel awake, you feel capable. Here's a simple way to make that happen. No gym, no fancy routine, just you and the space beside your bed. As soon as you stand up, take a moment, plant your feet shoulder-width apart, then raise both arms gently above your head while inhaling deeply through your nose. Stretch tall, not forcefully, but with intention, as if you're opening your chest to the new day. Then slowly lower your arms while exhaling through your mouth, as if releasing any tension or stiffness that tried to linger from the night. Next, roll your shoulders back in smooth circles 5 times. Feel the tightness melt, the posture shift, then forward 5 times. Finally, lift your heels gently off the ground 10 times. Let them rise, then lower them slowly and with control. Think of this as a natural pump for your legs, nudging the blood upward to your heart and brain. All of this takes just 1 minute, but the effects ripple through your entire morning. You'll feel warmer, steadier, clearer, and more anchored in your body. This isn't about performance, it's about presence. It's a signal to your heart, your mind, and your muscles that you're ready, that you're still choosing to live with intention. And over time, if done daily, this 1-minute circulation reset can strengthen both cardiovascular function and mental clarity without a single prescription. But here's something most people don't realize. Hydration and circulation are only part of the picture. Once your body is gently awake and your blood is flowing, it enters a unique window of opportunity, a time when it's most ready to absorb nutrition, and that's where many seniors unknowingly stumble. If you delay protein intake in the first 30 minutes after waking, your body, especially one over 65, may start to break down its own muscle tissue to create energy. It's a silent process. You don't feel it immediately, but over months and years, it contributes to progressive muscle loss, even if you eat well later in the day. That's why the next element we'll explore, the protein timing method, holds the key to protecting your strength, mobility, and independence as you age. For now, remember this 1 minute of movement right after waking can change how you feel all day. It may seem small, but in the long game of health and longevity, these small daily actions build the foundation for a longer, steadier, more vibrant life, and you deserve that. Element 3, protein timing method. There's something quietly powerful about honoring your body with nourishment, especially as the sun is just rising. And after 65, when you give your body that nourishment, can make all the difference between maintaining strength or silently losing it. This third element in your 5-minute morning routine might surprise you. Not because it's complicated, but because it's so often overlooked. It's about consuming protein at the right time. Not later in the day, not after your morning walk, but within the first 30 minutes after waking. Many of us grew up thinking that as long as we eat enough protein, by the end of the day, we're doing just fine. But as we age, our bodies become more sensitive to timing. According to recent findings from the National Institute on Aging, there's a window between roughly 3 hours a.m. and 8 hours a.m. where the aging body quietly shifts into a state of accelerated muscle breakdown. Think of it like this: after hours without food, your body begins to look for energy, and if protein isn't supplied quickly, it turns inward, breaking down its own muscle tissue to make up for the shortfall. And this doesn't just lead to weakness, it also impacts immunity, balance, and even how well we recover from small injuries. Dr. Rachel Monroe, a geriatric nutrition expert, puts it simply: older adults who consistently consume 25 to 30 grams of high-quality protein within 30 minutes of waking show up to 64% less muscle loss over a 5-year span. That's not a small difference. That's the kind of edge that helps you keep walking without a cane, carry your groceries without effort, and stand taller both physically and emotionally. The good news: meeting your morning protein needs doesn't have to be complicated. A quick whey protein shake works beautifully, or you might enjoy 4 to 5 egg whites with 1 whole egg full of amino acids that your muscles adore. A cup of Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder is another nourishing choice. And for those leaning toward a plant-based lifestyle, soft tofu, cottage cheese, or a blend of pea and rice protein offer fantastic alternatives. What matters most is not the brand or recipe, but the timing. Within 30 minutes of waking, your body is ready, even waiting for this replenishment. If you've ever felt puzzled, like you're eating healthy, but still feel weaker month after month, this might be the silent answer. Because even a well-rounded diet can fall short if the first critical window of the day is missed. It's what I call the golden hour of strength. Just by placing protein here, first thing in the morning, you're helping your body do something vital. Hold on to the muscle you've worked your whole life to build, and the ripple effect is stunning. You'll feel more energized through the day. You may notice fewer aches, less back pain, improved balance, and even a clearer, more focused mind. It's not magic, it's biology working in your favor, once you understand its rhythm. So now that your body has been gently awakened with hydration, activated through circulation, and nourished with protein, you've created a powerful foundation for the rest of your day and for the years ahead. But there's still one more step that often gets missed, yet holds the key to keeping your joints fluid, your body stable, and your mornings free from stiffness and falls. That's where we're headed next. And if you're still watching with me at this point, I want you to know how much that means. Your presence here tells me something important. You're choosing to take control of your well-being with small, intentional acts. If that's you, drop the number 3 in the comments below. I'd love to know who's walking this path of strength and renewal alongside me. And if this message has sparked something in you, feel free to share it with someone you care about. One habit, one morning, one choice at a time. That's how we build a better, stronger tomorrow. Element 4, the 90-second mobility sequence. Waking up isn't just about opening your eyes. It's about gently reintroducing your body to movement, especially after a night spent completely still. And if you're over 65, this moment matters more than ever, because after 7 or 8 hours of lying down, it's not only your circulation that slows your joints and muscles stiffen, too. It's that quiet tightness you feel when you first step out of bed or try to twist your body. For some, it's a minor ache. For others, it becomes the reason they slip, strain a muscle, or start the day with pain that lingers longer than it should. What's tricky is that many of these issues, aches, reduced mobility, even a loss of independence, don't happen all at once. They creep in slowly, caused not by big injuries, but by the tiny, repeated stress we place on joints that aren't ready to move. Dr. Michael Rayner, an orthopedic specialist from the Mayo Clinic, explains that during sleep, the fluid that cushions your joints, called synovial fluid, thickens. Without gentle motion to warm it up, your morning movements happen with too much friction. And that's when wear and tear begins. It might be invisible at first, but over time, it becomes arthritis, joint degeneration, or that frustrating stiffness that never quite goes away. But here's the beautiful part. The solution is wonderfully simple. It doesn't require a gym, a yoga mat, or even leaving your bedroom. Just 90 seconds of gentle, intentional movement. That's all it takes to give your joints the lubrication they need to move freely and to reduce the kind of stiffness that can lead to pain or falls. Once you've hydrated, activated your circulation, and nourished your body with protein, this is your next small act of care, a quiet ritual that says to your body, we're ready for the day. Start by sitting comfortably at the edge of your bed, no rush. Rotate your ankles in slow, smooth circles 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Feel the awakening in your feet, the sense of grounding. Next, let your knees join in with gentle circular motions, about 10 rotations on each side. There's no need to force it, just move within your comfort zone, letting the joints loosen with each round. Now, stand slowly, and if needed, steady yourself by holding onto a chair or your bed. Gently sway your upper body side to side, 5 times on each side. Let your spine stretch and your sides lengthen, like you're brushing off the last bits of sleep. Then, rotate your torso left and right, slowly, allowing your waist and back to feel the flow of motion again. Finish with 10 slow shoulder rolls backward, deep, soothing, and intentional. Let each movement melt away tension and create space for ease. This isn't a workout, it's an awakening. And it only takes a minute and a half, but the impact can be felt all day long. You'll notice your steps feel more stable, your posture more upright, and the morning stiffness that once held you back now gently releasing its grip. And if you've ever struggled with lower back pain, tight hips, or achy knees, this small daily act may be the key to keeping those discomforts at bay. What you're doing is more than just movement. You're protecting your independence. Now, with your body fully awake, hydrated, flowing, nourished, and loosened, there's one last piece of the morning puzzle, and it might just be the most important of all, waking up your mind. Because no matter how strong your muscles or steady your step, if your thinking is foggy or your focus is scattered, the joy of the day can slip right through your fingers. So stay with me as we move into the final element of this morning ritual, the one that keeps your mind sharp, your memory vibrant, and your spirit engaged in every beautiful moment still ahead. Element 5, mental clarity exercise. This final piece of your morning ritual doesn't involve your arms or legs, but it may be the most powerful movement of all, because after 65, it's not just your body that needs awakening, it's your mind. And what you do in those first few minutes can set the tone for how clearly you think, how well you remember, and how deeply you engage with the world around you. Contrary to what many people still believe, memory loss and mental fog are not unavoidable parts of aging. Yes, the brain changes, but it also adapts, regenerates, and strengthens when you give it the right kind of attention. According to scientists at the Brain Longevity Center at Stanford University, the first 30 minutes after waking up is a rare and beautiful opportunity, a window when your brain is most open to creating new neural pathways. During this time, a remarkable little protein called BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, is produced in greater amounts. Think of BDNF as nourishment for your brain cells, like a rich fertilizer that helps them grow, connect, and flourish. The more you stimulate your mind during this period, the more vibrant and resilient your memory becomes. And no, you don't need a crossword puzzle or a Sudoku app to do it. In fact, one of the simplest and most effective exercises requires no tools at all, just a few moments of stillness and reflection. Here's how it works. After you've hydrated, moved your body, nourished your muscles, and loosened your joints, take a seat somewhere quiet, where the light is soft and the morning hasn't rushed in too quickly. Close your eyes, breathe gently, and begin to mentally walk through your previous day in reverse. Start with last night's dinner. What did you eat? Who were you with? What were the sounds, the feelings, the colors of the moment? Then rewind a little more to the afternoon, to lunch, to conversations you had, to errands or moments of rest. Keep going. Back to the morning. The goal isn't perfection, it's presence. The act of recalling events in reverse challenges your short-term memory and strengthens the brain's ability to organize, store, and retrieve information. It's a simple process, but it activates multiple areas of the brain, your temporal lobe, hippocampus, and even your emotional processing centers. As it becomes easier, stretch it further. Try recalling the day before yesterday. Add richer details: what you were wearing, the weather outside, how your body felt, what you were thinking. Dr. Evelyn Chen, a cognitive aging researcher, has studied this exercise extensively. Her findings: older adults who practice this for just 1 minute each morning perform up to 20% better on memory and focus assessments than those who don't. Even more astonishing, long-term participants showed brain activity similar to people a decade younger. The beauty of this practice lies not only in what it does for your brain, but in how it reconnects you with your own life. You begin to notice the small moments again: the scent of your morning coffee, the warmth of a conversation, the sound of birdsong outside your window. It keeps your mind vibrant, your presence anchored, and your confidence steady. And perhaps most importantly, it gently pushes back against one of the deepest fears many carry into their older years: the fear of slipping away mentally. You don't have to surrender to that. You can meet it with grace, intention, and this quiet, empowering act. So there you have it, 5 simple, beautiful steps. Hydrate your body, get your blood flowing, feed your muscles, loosen your joints, and awaken your mind. None of them take more than a minute or two, but together, they form a morning ritual that can help you not only live longer, but live brighter, stronger, and more fully. Every single day is a gift, and how you begin it makes all the difference. Dear friends, as we've discovered today, just 5 gentle minutes each morning spent hydrating, moving, nourishing, stretching, and clearing the mind can become the quiet force that protects your strength, sharpens your clarity, and supports your independence for years to come. These aren't grand changes, but they are the kind that, repeated daily, shape the course of your future more than any prescription ever could. If something in today's message resonated with you, I invite you to begin tomorrow with intention. Don't worry about doing it all at once. Just start with 1 step and let it grow from there. Drop a quick "I will" in the comments to let me know you're with me. And if you'd like to keep receiving calm, practical guidance like this, feel free to subscribe and turn on the bell so we can keep walking this journey together, one simple, meaningful habit at a time. You have more strength than you think, and your next chapter may be brighter than you ever imagined. I'll see you in the next video.